Mini Tyrell, Tristan McKee, set to lead us to the green flag. Sit back and enjoy this one from Raleigh. Clean start up front for Mini Tyrell, but Landon Huffman not going to be patient, trying to get the second spot and wrestle it away from Tristan McKee on lap 1. You may already see a little bit of damage on the right front quarter of that 57 Chevrolet, but he has been bragging all week about the speed he's had in this race car. He has been quick and proving it right now. Landon Huffman up to second.
The old adage goes, it's one thing to walk the walk, it's another thing to talk the talk, as McKee now finds safe running room behind McCumbee. Huffman has been bragging about this car for the last 2 days, and he backed it up in qualifying, and now you got McCumbee to third, outside Colson and McKee back, as Clay Jones has a moment on turn 4, race stays green.
They're still going fast here as we take another look at it. My goodness. And you can see Mason Bailey, the front end of his car is destroyed. He caught that inside retaining wall in the pit lane. And he hops up on the left rear of Laney Bice. They both go into the wall. They're still going fast here as we take another look at it. My goodness. And you can see Mason Bailey, the front end of his car is destroyed. He caught that inside retaining wall in the pit lane. And he hops up on the left rear of Laney Bice. They both go into the wall. Tyrell, who has led the opening 15 laps, he'll try to lead 16 right now. We're back underway at Wake County. So far, so good for Doug Barnes Jr. hanging on tight, but not going to be enough to fend off Mini Tyrell for now. Tyrell maintains the race lead, and now Barnes tries to stop the bleeding if he can try to get down in front of Huffman.
Conor Jones also took the shot in the outside of the white 44 behind Doug Barnes Jr. in the 88 as Barnes and Huffman almost come together on exit at turn 4. They almost rub doors again down to turn 1. Double wide for second on back. It's Landon Huffman in the 57, Doug Barnes in the 88, and Huffman will reclaim second place.
I don't think anybody's surprised to see Mini Tyrell up front right now, second race of 2025.
And we got a caution, turn 1 again. This time it's Andrew Grady who has gone around, and the 11 of Buddy Isles Jr. also involved with damage to the front end.
Their way into the iRacing restart zone once again. A great launch on the outside for Doug Barnes Jr., who appeared to be ahead, the nose of his Toyota just ahead of Mini Tyrell. And they're going to make contact. Barnes gets shoved up wide, and Tyrell will stay in the race lead. Doug Barnes Jr. is going to try to stop the bleeding in front of Connor Hall.
A little bit of a misstep by Tyrell, getting off into 3 the last lap. Got up and doored the 88. I bet Doug will remember that one. Back to the battle for second. Huffman in the 57, Conor Jones in the 44, and Chad McCumbee, who started 5th, running 4th. Trying to get up to a podium position, keeps the fender inside of Jones off 4. And it's taking place all throughout the field. A little bit of smoke there now as Lewis gets tagged.
If Lewis can get back to him here, it may not end so well for Holden Haddock, but he may be saved by the fact that Landon S. Huffman may try to file in. What is Lewis down to 1? He gets back into the 15, but they have to avoid Doug Barnes Jr., who spun. Clay Jones involved as he spins off the nose of Donovan Strauss. As Mini Tyrell will once again bring the field into the iRacing restart zone. Perhaps a bump and a nudge from Landon Huffman as they go down into 1 and 2. Huffman trying to hold strong on the top side.
Might have avoided ducking behind Tyrell if he wanted it, but he elects to stay up alongside. Tyrell defends the battle. Huffman slices back to the inside, but can't get underneath Tyrell as they go to 1. Contact there off the corner.
And a huge stack up that accordions all the way throughout the field. But again, that outside lane choice, a successful one for Landon Huffman as he gets up into second. Now Conor Jones trying to hang on to 3rd. Connor Hall looking for a way down to try to get up into the top 5. Can Brown accomplish the feat? Not this time, down into turn 3.
Brown was trying to come down across the bow of Chad McCumbee as Connor Hall may have caught the wall again off turn 4. He's still trapped up to the outside. Cade Brown maybe clears McCumbee. McCumbee slices to the inside and shoves Cade Brown wide.
It's a tough thing about Wake County Speedway. If you give a shove, you want to get away, and they're not going to get away. Connor Hall's involved as he jumps up on Cade Brown's car. They scatter around. They're still rolling in the right direction, but that was Cade Brown trying to return the favor to Chad McCumbee. Connor Hall may have gotten the worst end of it. Sets up the move into 3. Huffman trying to hold him tight, much like you would have seen him do it here at Motor Speedway over the last couple of years. Off at turn 2, Jones once again. It's the south end of the racetrack. Turns 1 and 2 that Conor Jones has been good. Huffman, meanwhile, it's the north end, 3 and 4 that he's been really strong.
All going on about a second and a half behind the race leader, Mini Tyrell, as Huffman's been doing a great job fending off Conor Jones off the corner. Jones only able to get up to the numbers, and Landon Huffman will defend the spot for now. As it'll be 40 to go next time through, and Jones now with the edge off the second turn.
This is where Jones has been better. They stay side by side into 3 and 4, but perhaps this time it may be a little bit too much. And if you're Huffman, you also have to know that Tristan McKee is on the march just behind them. Jones clear off at 2. He'll have the spot. Does Huffman give him a little bit of a nudge? You can see the hands working hard trying to save that car, but Conor Jones hangs on.
And they are losing buckets of time to Tyrell. The lead now up to 2 3/4 seconds. Tyrell is set sail, but is quickly catching the tail end of the field. So I'm sure some drivers in the field may be wondering if a caution would help their chances. Others may fear what type of chaos that may bring. Tyrell's hoping it is smooth sailing. There was a car that did have a little bit of spark showing off turn 4, but the race stays green.
About to say, every time out the window you see a little bit of a
caution.
Oh, trouble! Conor Jones into the outside wall, stopped on the front stretch. And that is the last thing that the Timmy Tyrell racing team wanted to see.
And I believe he may have lost the right front tire on his family-owned team while running up into the top 5.
When Mini Tyrell brings it back through the iRacing restart zone. Just a couple of laps remaining here at Wake County Speedway. Tristan McKee hard into the wall. He brings Holden Haddock along with him, and immediately the caution flag is out again.
And just when you thought that maybe Tyrell did not get the best of restarts, off into turn 1, the 2 cars on the outside road get together going into 1.
That is certainly the case as they bring the field through the iRacing restart zone. A little bit of contact made between your top 2. Millington holding Mini Tyrell at bay, but he can't do it as nobody has all day long. Into 3 and 4, Tyrell driving away with the race lead, 11 to go.
And it looks like we'll get that lap in the record books. Doug Barnes Jr. had a problem getting up to speed on the restart. He stabilizes in 5th spot, trying to slide up and protect the spot over Donovan Strauss. Trouble! Huffman in the back of Millington, and he spins out of 2nd place.
Down the back straightaway, Huffman looking to the inside. And just, again, tight confines, not a lot of room. It sends Millington around. And you can see Huffman, you can see those left side tires.
And now Huffman is being directed to the tail end of the field. So Landon Huffman will drop to the back for his involvement in our most recent caution, and that will jumble up the top 5 from 2nd on back yet again.
11 to go to settle it in Raleigh. Connor Hall trying to get a jump on the restart as they work to the iRacing restart zone. Mini Tyrell with the lead, but they're side by side on the back straightaway.
Hall trying to use the top lane as Doug Barnes Jr. tries to fill the hole down low. Tyrell protects the lead as we got a car on the wall behind him. That Strauss who bounced off the fence.
Trying to stop the bleeding, but he's lost about 6 or 7 spots is that of Donovan Strauss. Now inside 10 laps to go. Another perfect scenario behind Mini Tyrell. Barnes and Hall side by side. Barnes will clear. He's up into 2nd. Does he have enough to try and chase down Mini Tyrell? Not going to be the case if he's getting a shove from Connor Hall.
A little bit of a nudge behind by Hall is going to allow Tyrell to open some breathing room. And now Barnes runs wide. Here comes Hall looking low, and Barnes shuts the door really quick going into 1, but he's so sideways off 4.
Oh man, that right rear tire is screaming at Doug Barnes Jr. right now. He can't even keep it on the bottom, but he'll try to hold off Connor Hall. Meanwhile, 2nd advantage for Mini Tyrell. They'll come around this time, 6 to go.
Question may be, can Doug Barnes Jr. hang on to this race car for 6 more laps? Cade Brown lining up behind him. Ronnie Bassett Jr. is up into the top 5 for the first time tonight as Tyrell tries to set sail.
How about Clay Jones up into 7th? You can see him just in the tail end of your picture. A number of orange cars all trailing Mini Tyrell, who continues to drive away. Barnes seems to have gotten his tires under him, at least for the moment, but Connor Hall going to try his best to try and get up into the 2nd spot.
Tyrell's lead 1 3/4 seconds, similar to what we saw the last time before we saw the yellow flag wave, erasing a 3+ second advantage just about for Tyrell, who is now 3 laps away from his 2nd career car store win as we got Clay Jones way out of shape in turn 1.
Oh, and he's going to spin. He stops in the middle of turn 2, and the yellow flag will be displayed again, and oh my goodness, Mini Tyrell cannot believe it. Tyrell brings him in. Connor Hall looking for the launch. 3 laps to go here from Wake County.
Hall's going to try to keep that fender outside of Tyrell, but he can't keep it alongside. Now ducks to the inside as he's able to get in front of Doug Barnes. 2 to go now at the line, and Tyrell's got a car length of breathing room.
And Connor Hall trying to hang on as he gets down to the bottom lane. Mini Tyrell driving away by a couple of car lengths. They'll see it back to the white flag. 1 lap left for Mini Tyrell to hang on at Wake County Speedway. Dominant all night and looking for his first win in nearly 4 seasons. Finally, he's going to do it. Mini Tyrell wins the Accident Imaging 125 at Wake County.